welcome to the special edition of the Beatles Story 30th Anniversary celebrations. My name's David Bedford. I'm a local Beatles historian, researcher and author, and of course a Beatles Story Ambassador as well. So today we're just going to look at some of the specials you can see inside the Beatles story and look at Beatles history as well. Today we're looking at what changed everything. This was when John got his first group together, the Quarrymen. So in 1956 everything musically changed. But in Britain, and for John Lennon, the most important song was Rock Island Line by Lonnie Donegan. So why was this so important? Lonnie Donegan, who'd been in a jazz group, was taking this idea of skiffle music and making it popular, and it was really simple music to do. So what is skiffle? Big question. It sort of goes back to the 1920s, and some of the poorest communities in America, they would make their own instruments, they'd invite people in, and they'd perform some songs for them, and then, as we still do now, pass the hat round. So at the end of 56, John Lennon and his friends Pete Shotton and Bill Smith at Quarrymen School decided to form their own skiffle group and call them the Quarrymen. They quickly recruited Eric Griffiths, and then Rod Davis turned up and said, "I've just bought a banjo," and he said, "You're in." Then Gary joined on tea-chest bass, and there was mixes of the lineups, and it was just a bit of fun. Now, John, even though he had a guitar to play, couldn't play it properly. He was bought his first guitar by his mum, but she only played banjo, not guitar. So she taught him to tune his guitar to her banjo, and he played banjo chords. Now that becomes important later on in the Beatles story. So they get the little group together, and the first proper gig is just at a school dance at Quarrybank High School, sometime around the October-November 1956. It goes well enough, and the Quarrymen, sometime early in 1957, not long after the Cavern has opened, they first play at the Cavern. So they're starting to get a few gigs, and it's just fun. The first photograph ever taken of the Quarrymen was in Rosebery Street down in Toxteth. And this is where you've probably seen the photos, these ones where you got John and the Quarrymen on the back of a lorry. And this was a street party on the 22nd of June 1957. Liverpool was 750 years old, and there were street parties everywhere. So they're performing, and John loves it, and he's looking good, and he feels like he's Elvis. And of course, he causes trouble. It's something John was very good at. He starts making eyes at the girls like it, the lads don't like it. They decide they're going to jump on Lennon. Colin Hanson, the drummer, hears this. He says, "John, as soon as we finish this song, jump off, go and get yourself into Charlie Roberts' house, otherwise they're going to beat you up." And that's what they did. They jump off the wagon, dive into Charlie's house, lock the door. And in the end, a policeman has to escort them to the bus stop to get them safely back home to the genteel little village of Woolton. So that was the first photo ever taken of the Quarrymen. Just 15 days later, something remarkable was about to happen, because John Lennon was then going to meet Paul McCartney for the first time.